sent you on a mission and said, go and utterly destroy the sinners, the Amalekites, and fight against them until they are consumed. Why did you not obey the voice of the Lord? Why did you swoop down on the spoil and do evil in the sight of the Lord? And Saul said to Samuel, but I have obeyed the voice of the Lord and gone on a mission on which the Lord sent me and brought back Agag, king of Amalek, and I have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. The best of things which should have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice the Lord God in Gilgal. Now, how many of you know that a lot of times when we get in trouble, when we have things that come before us, what's the first thing we do?
Call on God.
That was him. That was her. Start pointing fingers. But a lot of times, you know, like I say, you got to take accountability for yourself. Because if you don't, God will get you.
That's right.
Now, this man say, but the people took of the plunder, sheep and oxen, the best of things. The people did. Wow, isn't that something? But you supposed to went down and did what God told you to do. But you want to blame it on the people. Now, the story goes, of Samuel goes on where he does great things for the Lord about the ark. And he has to re-anoint another king. We're going to go down to 17. Now in 17, the priest Eli and Hannah touched and agreed for God to grant her petition. But also, I'm sorry, that's from another chapter. In 17, David and Goliath had met up when he first gave recognition from the people. Now this is 17:17. Still a descendant of Boaz and Ruth, the lady who had touched and agreed with her mother-in-law to return to the land. Now 17:17 reads, then Jesse said to his son David, take now for your brothers an ephah of this dry grain and these 10 loaves, and run to your brothers at the camp. And carry these 10 cheeses to the captain of their 1,000, and see how your brothers fare, and bring back news of them. Now Saul and they and all the men of Israel were in the valley of Elah, fighting with the Philistines. So it was a great war going on. Now Saul and all the men of Israel were in the valley of Elah, fighting with the Philistines. So David rose early in the morning, left the sheep with a keeper, and took the things as he went as Jesse, and commanded him. And he came to the camp as the army was going out to fight and shouting for the battle. For Israel and the Philistines had drawn up in a battle array, army against army. And David left his supplies in the hand of the supply keeper, ran to the army, and came and greeted his brothers. Then as he talked with them, there was the champion, the Philistine of Gath, Goliath by the name, coming up from the armies of Philistines. And he spoke according to the same words, saying David had heard him. And all the men of Israel, when they saw the man, fled from him and were dreadfully afraid. We're going to drop down to 28. Now, Eliab, his oldest brother, heard when he spoke to the men, and Eliab's anger arose against David. How many of the times that you know when you are called upon the Lord's will, some people will get mad and frustrated and try to tear you down? Amen. Sometimes it will be your own family members. Amen. Sometimes it will be your own brothers, sisters, mothers, friends, best friends of the nature that you grew up with when you was in your old nature. Amen. But as you come into your new creature and your new nature, you will find that, sometimes these people not see you now where you're going. Amen. The people don't see the future, what you have ahead of you. Amen. The people do not understand your calling. Come on now. It says, why did, this is what Eliab, his oldest brother, told him. Why did you come down here? And with whom have you left those few sheep in the wilderness? See, David was the youngest brother. The youngest brother. And he also, when every time something came array, they took the oldest brother to war, and they also told him, you stay behind. You watch these sheep. You feel what I'm saying? You watch these oxen. Make sure don't nobody come down here, don't nobody touch you. So, the oldest brother was very upset with him. But if you go back up, Jesse, his own daddy, sent him, and he told him to take the 10 loaves of dry grain, to the camp. This is the camp when they was at war. So, he was sent by his father. I bet you he didn't even know that he was going to do a great thing for God. He just was doing what God had told him to do through his father. Amen. That goes to show you right then and there, when you listen to your parents, you never know what may happen. My youth out there. All right. Now we're going to go down to 18. No, not 18.
Should have been 15 minutes. Yes.
We're going to go down to
Do you know he said 15 minutes?
17, verse 36. 17 and 36. Now we're going to go up to 33. And Saul said to